Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius November 19, 2022. You prefer not to be the center of attention today, as you need a break from the usual with the moon's transit of the sign behind yours. However, your mind is fully engaged. Mercury moves into your communications sector today, where it's well suited and also comes alive. The cycle ahead, lasting until December 6th, is good for expressing yourself, learning, studying, and socializing. While it's not the best time to focus and concentrate on a particular subject, diversifying can work to your benefit for now. Because Mercury rules your privacy sector, it's also a time when you can express yourself with secret or private matters more readily. It can be a pleasantly busy and curious period for you, especially with Venus in the same sector, although you may feel a little nervous if you forget to take adequate breaks. Aim to pay more attention to the small jobs and tasks that keep everything connected and moving smoothly in your life. Your planetary ruler, sweet Venus, is making newfound tracks in the skies above. As Venus transits your solar third house of communication and short-distance travel until December 9th, you'll notice a faster pace to life. Interactions and your daily routine should feel more spontaneous, exuberant, and fun. Also, regardless of whether you're single or attached, romance will blossom when you are out of town, whether that is in nearby destinations, on a road trip, or taking a short flight to a destination close to home. Last, with Venus jazzing up this sector, you will notice that your words, ideas, and thoughts are absolutely irresistible, mesmerizing and enlightening everyone that you meet. Be blunt. Prepare to shock yourself with how direct you are to your colleagues when Mercury enters Sagittarius today. Typically, you like to be inoffensive and peace-seeking, but this mercurial transit may say otherwise. Instead of beating around the bush, Mercury in Sagittarius can help you positively and warmly express your thoughts. You might feel more direct asking questions, coming to a conclusion, or letting others know what the 411 is at work. Since this can be an exceptionally funny mercurial transit, you might be like the workplace comedian. After Mercury left your income sector yesterday and Venus the day before, the Sun is not only spending his first full day here on his own but is looking now to draw things to a close. When the Sun leaves early next week, this will take the solar spotlight off your income situation, matters, and options ahead of Jupiter's return to your financial sector next month and a shift to the other side of the financial fence. Until then, there are still options to explore. Quite often one can hear you complain about not knowing which voice to listen to. There is no right or wrong, but you, among other signs, are often fooled into thinking so. This is really the main issue for you, accepting the uncertainty in life. To help you acquire security in this insecure world, it is important to ground yourself in a consistent exercise regimen. The benefit is psychological as well as physical. Consistency and discipline will set you free. You may find your mind is on more material things today, rather than emotional or spiritual thoughts. It provides the additional energy to help you consider what's happening as far as income and career are concerned. Ask yourself whether you're fulfilled in the occupation you now hold, or if your heart is somewhere else. Feeling a sense of satisfaction that you're giving to those around you is often important for a 7. Consider whether you're doing the thing for which you are best suited. As Mercury spends his first full day in your communication sector, he has joined forces with Venus to give the communication lines a boost. While as the planet of love, Venus is more focused on giving your heart and your relationships a voice, as the planet of communication, Mercury will be working to get the communication lines open across the board. Meanwhile, this has left the Sun on his own in your income sector, still shining the solar spotlight on your income situation, matters, and options until leaving early next week. At the same time that Venus and Mercury, the planets of love and communication, are spending their first full day together in your communication sector, they are already moving towards an alignment. A mission to give your heart and your relationships a voice and to get the communication lines open ahead of Jupiter's return to your relationship sector next month is getting a serious boost. Our eyes in the sky. This is a good time to think about how best to ask for what you want from your significant other in the bedroom. However, there is some tension in the day, so it might not be the best time to share all your thoughts and emotions. Later, when you're feeling more peaceful, you'll be better able to say exactly what you mean. To put it mildly, you are somewhat overwhelmed with what is expected of you. There are frequent misunderstandings, especially with relatives and friends. To avoid making the tense situation worse, refrain from acting in the heat of the moment. You need a great deal of time and patience for talking things over to clear matters up. You come under intense scrutiny and react badly to criticism you might receive from people you care about most. Emotional outbursts lead you to say things you later regret. It is probably best if you try and remove yourself from any tense situation to a quiet place where you're able to reflect on how you feel. In the early evening hours, you'll have more self-control, perseverance, and energy and be able to get some work done. Enjoy the chill and quiet energy of the evening. It's a nice reprieve from the frenetic energy of recent days. Just after midnight, Mercury enters Sagittarius, having sped through the sign of Scorpio in just under 3 weeks. At this time, depth is traded for breadth. We are less secretive. In fact, we may have very little filter at all, causing us to tactlessly blurt things out in moments of passion, heedless of the long-term implications. We are thinking more optimistically, and in our idealism, assume there is less reason to be guarded. After all, the way to establish connections now is to collect diverse perspectives, and for that to happen, others must feel open to taking us into their confidence. This is an excellent time for philosophical or ideological discussions. Differences in opinion can be hashed out without becoming critical or hostile. However, the lower manifestation of this transit can find us going into preachy territory. We should avoid the elitist supposition that we have done more research or are more invested in our claims than those who we are speaking with. This attitude will only cut us off from true understanding. Your uncontrollable energy is causing you big problems. You are in a state of inner turmoil and find it difficult to remain calm. Your friends and relations find your behavior totally unpredictable. They can't make you out. Talk to others about your mental state. They will understand you better and give you good advice. If you're confused, sort out your contradictory feelings. In matters of the heart, it's difficult for others to be sensitive to your needs. Unfortunately, confusion on your part leads people to avoid you and you feel worse. In being more certain about your feelings, your desirability is enhanced and your outlook improves. The cosmic weather is then quiet until the evening, when the Virgo moon forms a quincunx with Chiron in Aries, agitating our emotions. There may not be any apparent events or situations that are triggering right now. However, on a subconscious level, we feel off. Something is not quite right, but we can't put our finger on it. As we engage with others, nagging sensations communicate that we aren't strong enough or good enough, that we are too little or too much. If we try to interrogate these impressions, they evaporate, but when we let our guard down, they return. Feelings of inadequacy will pass quickly. Don't stress, but do commit to returning to this issue later for a deeper analysis.